quantum neurology certified practitioner. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to give a round of applause and also a warm welcome to Dr. Howard Cohn. I'm super excited to be hosting you tonight. Doc, if you can tell us and share us about your mission.
Well, first of all, Henry, thank you for setting this up. This is a long time coming. Been looking to really have these products to this part of the world, throughout Africa and surrounding countries for a long time. Talk about an area that is underserved and definitely needs really raw building blocks that are simple, easy, cost-effective, fun to take for their whole families, so that they do not have to be at the effect anymore of a system that's not set up for their greater health, but really something that everybody can do. So this all started, wow, I seem really close to the camera right now. So this all started 10 years ago. I will kind of give you this, since this is kind of like a pre-launch call, and this is the first time we are talking, obviously on Zoom, and hoping to be one day in person soon, as the world figures itself out, if you will, so that we can, I don't want to say get back to, but go forward to a better and more functional way of thinking, believing, doing, and all that many of you know what I'm talking about, which we will not talk about, or I'll do my best not to, on this presentation. The goal here today is to really kind of share with you what you have at your disposal with these Life by Secret products. I mean, this product line is really designed to do everything you need it to do. Now, we'll talk about this a little bit when we talk about how we share these products, but in the States, we have a saying, don't hate the player, hate the game, which means that I would love to tell you everything all these products actually do and were designed to do. But different government agencies don't allow us to do that, and different things so that we can keep secret, compliant with the agencies that watch and listen all the time, who don't necessarily have our best interests in mind. We have to toe the line, as if you will. So I will share with you how to share these products. But I will tell you, after 32 years of running the Cohn Health Institute, seeing patients from around the world, with all kinds of different situations, from the illest of ill, the sickest of sick, all the way to the other end, which would be a world-class athlete looking for better skills and abilities in their given endeavor, and then the myriad of things that affect our health in between that seem to puzzle doctors and people. These products are the evolution of a strategy to help people, quote unquote, prevent, better arrive at, mitigate, help certain things in order to get their body to function the way it was designed. So we cannot make medical claims, and just in being good housekeeping, I will give the disclaimer that we must do every time, which is that these products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, mitigate, change any condition or medical condition or diagnosis. And if you start new programs, whether it's diet, exercise, nutrition, supplements, always consult your healthcare practitioner before doing that. So that's what we must say to be good citizens. And that being said, a lot of people don't know the importance of nutrition. A lot of people don't know the importance of supplementation. A lot of people don't know the importance of it for their life. But in a perfect world, if we ate the most perfect diet, if we even had access to the most perfect diet, we would hardly need any nutritional supplementation. But most of us in the world do not have access to that. There are the food that we eat now does not really resemble, it may look a lot like, but it doesn't really resemble the food that our parents, great-grandparents, or grandparents, or even great-grandparents had access to. Like, you may notice that our products are, for the most part, where possible, organic or non-GMO, meaning non-genetically modified, which means they are as close to as God has created these foods, right? The problem is that we, man and woman, around the globe, have done different things to our food, to our earth, to our planet, to our air, to our water, to the actual food itself, whether we genetically modify or change it, so that it no longer recognizes, it no longer looks like what was intended to go in us. And our body doesn't recognize it either on a molecular level, so that it's super hard to get nutrition out of it. And then when we eat foods, most of our foods are devoid of the nutrition because the soil it was grown in has been factory farmed so much that there's no nutrition left in the soil for the plant to uptake that nutrition so that it can actually function and actually provide nutrition. And then if that wasn't enough, it's transported, which may take sometimes days or weeks or months to get to us. And then many times the chemicals that are used in the process infuse itself in the actual food itself, making it nearly impossible to actually use it the way it was designed, let alone it denatures it and now becomes a vector of carrying things that can hurt us. And then we cook it so that the enzymes that are naturally in it that were there to keep it alive are now destroyed. In those enzymes, we needed to actually digest, absorb, and assimilate the nutrition from the food. And then we have things that we water it with that are full of toxic chemicals and infectious agents and heavy metals and all these things. And again, they get infused in these foods. So although it is super impossible to make any food perfect, we do our best to make sure that we cultivate the cleanest source nutrition around the world that has saved itself from a lot of these toxic practices. And so at the end of the day, nutritional supplementation is designed to fill the gap between what we're actually getting in our diet that we should be and what actually getting in our diet and what we should be getting in our diet. For some of us, if we grow our own food, raise our own meats, if we fish our own fish, if we till our own soil, if we organically have organic practices, if we somehow protect ourselves from what they drop on us from the sky, if we do all these things, again, that gap is small, but for most of us, that gap is big. So you may look at an apple and it looks like the apple that you had when you were a baby, or that apple in a picture that your grandmother ate. But I will tell you, they are not the same apple. You might have to equal 12 to 14 apples today to equal the nutrition of one apple grown 60, 80 years ago in the same spot, because of factory farming, non-rotation of crops, mineral depletion from the soil, chemicals, all the different things we're talking about. So what is the solution? The solution is to give us things that will fill that gap. Now, in our office, after doing this for decades, we see people from around the globe. So we always needed to find different things for different people, which took us way out, which means that, today I have over 3,500 different nutritional products in my office from over 300 companies from around the world. For those of you who looking at our product line and go, oh man, that's a lot of things to take. That's nothing compared to what exists. Now, those things are for very specific situations that people have allowed themselves to get into. And so the genesis or the beginning of this product line that you have access to, that you are brilliantly getting to Africa from the United States. Good job, everybody, until we figure out how to actually, in today's world with today's supply chain issues, get this stuff readily available in your different countries in Africa and beyond for everybody who's on this call who's not from Africa. So, we are working on that all the time up against what the world is doing to itself right now. So I don't think I have to elaborate on that. So in the meantime, we adapt and overcome, and you all are doing that and have access to products, and good on you. So these products are designed, and they all started with this product right here, which is our greens. Now, we have greens also in capsules that look like this. They are essentially the same, except this is a powder that you can mix and drink in water or put in your shake and drink in the morning. And these are capsules that you can just swallow. There are some differences in them, obviously, which we will go through. But the question was posed, out of 3,500 different supplements, if you could just pick one supplement, what would that be? And that's hard, because it's like, which is your favorite child if you're a parent, right? So, however, though, when it comes down to the basics, you can live a month without food, a week without water, but you cannot live 6 minutes without oxygen. And for most of us, one of the biggest places we get our oxygen is from chlorophyll, which is what makes a plant green. So like grandma said, you cannot have enough greens, you can't get enough greens. So greens it is. Now, there's all kinds of different greens. You could have a piece of lettuce that might not have as much nutritional value as a green superfood like wheatgrass or barley grass. So these are primarily superfood greens. They are wheatgrass, barley grass, oat grass. They are concentrated, plus they are raw, which means what this is different than 99 point something percent of the greens you'll see on the market, because most of them are not organic. And the ones that are organic are usually heated. These are never heated above 105 degrees Fahrenheit, is 40 some odd degrees Celsius. So never heated above, so that the nature, the proteins, the enzymes are still alive. Plus, when you use wheatgrass, barley grass, oatgrass, things like that, most people just use the whole powder, which is great. But the real nutritional healing power is in the juices. That's why you don't see a grass bar, but you'll see a juice bar at a yoga studio or a gym or something like that. So we have both the powders for the whole plant, because you need the whole plant because God didn't make any spare parts, right? And then you have the actual greens in the juice all mixed together, surrounded by other plant vegetables that are land vegetables. Now, you'll see other greens have things like spirulina and chlorella and all these other sea greens, which is a whole different philosophy. And for purists, you never mix these two. But most people try to be all things to all people, which is really hard to do and doesn't usually work out in your favor. More is not always better, but very specific and simple. Those are more detoxifying. And although that's a good thing to do, that would make it so that not everybody can handle it. We designed these so everybody can take these greens. So not only that, number one reason people don't take greens is because they don't taste very good, right? So most people, remember the first time they had wheatgrass, because it's usually the last time, because they go, oh, I just felt like I licked the bottom of my football shoe, so I'm not going to do that again. So, and there went their nutrition, green, organic, oxygen, alkaline movement. It just ended. So our goal was to make it taste good, because we know people get up in the morning and would rather have a donut if there's a donut in this hand and there's a green drink in this hand, this is the hand that gets emptied most of the time because it's more yummy. But if we eat the donuts all the time, we get diagnosed with all these different diseases, which is rampant throughout most countries in Africa, which you do not want. So again, we are not going to beat that up, because our goal is not to fight a losing game. The losing game is treating symptoms and treating conditions. That's going at it from the outside in. That's like trying to bucket the water out of a leaky boat. If your boat is leaking and someone gives you a bucket and you just keep bucketing water out, how long are you going to do that for? Probably forever, until the boat actually sinks because you can't keep up with it, which is most people's healthcare plan, which is not a healthcare plan. That's a disease care plan. And there's only one way to coast in life, and that's down. So you're either building your health or it's going away. So health is an inside game. It's inside out. It's what you feed yourself on the inside. It's the terrain, right? If you ever had a goldfish in a goldfish bowl and it keeps pooping and you don't clean the cage, you don't clean the tank, it's eventually going to die. What are you going to do? Blame what the fish was eating, or are you going to blame the environment? So it's really, at the end of the day, about the environment, both internal and external. So it's stuck dealing with the external environment. We want to clean the internal environment. And our goal is not to run and hide from things. Because when I started this nutritional journey mission, it started many, many years ago, over 25 years ago, actually, when I met Mark Aceta, who many of you know from all these great trainings from a previous company. And we were doing the same thing, where we were educating people that they should filter their air, their water, clean up their food, make sure their personal care products don't have toxic chemicals in them, way ahead of our time, when people still were not even thinking they would ever buy bottled water, which now it's a $1 trillion business. So How about that, right? So our goal then was showing people that they need to clean up their environment. But then the environment went out of control with what's in the air, the water, and the food, and then things that in our environment we can no longer see, like the things in the air, like things in the water. Like in my town where I live here, when people think California is like a healthy place, there's over 2,000 toxic chemicals in the water that the Environmental Protection Agency has listed health advisories for. Over 200 of them are tumor promoters, cancer promoters, and mutagens. So that's not very exciting. And that's that's an older stat. So that's probably increased greatly from them because things don't get cleaner. But the reality is as soon as we started to get cell phones and we started to get Wi-Fi radiation and cell phone radiation and Bluetooth radiation, and we started to get all these different things that we couldn't see, we realized you cannot hide from everything. You're going to have to strengthen the host, which is you. So we have to really do a better job of what's going in our body, because we're never going to run and hide from the toxic environment that we've created for ourselves. So it is what it is. If you don't believe what I'm saying, you're massively in denial or ignorant. And I highly recommend you come out of denial and that you get excited about it really quick, because as they say in this business, for those of you who are not into nutrition but just want to see what this is all about, or here because it's a good business, we say if there's a big problem in the world, there's a big paycheck for the people who figure out how to solve the problem. So that is what this is all about, is that there's a big problem and we have a big solution. And people say, who is your competitor? What other company? And I tell them our only competitor is ignorance. Once you actually realize how good it is what we have, how nobody can compete with us, how nobody has what we have, and that everybody needs it. You cannot talk to another human being for 20 minutes without them bringing up a health problem they have, asking you about yours, or you both mutually talking about a friend, a family, a loved one that has a health problem. It's on everybody's mind all the time. Just try and do it. You cannot. It is impossible. Everybody, and now that was years ago. Now that's all people talk about. But what they talk about is what they're scared of. Rather, they talk about doing the right thing so they need not be scared. And really, what we need to do is just educate ourselves. The word doctor comes from the Latin word docere, which means to teach. The goal is to teach you how to take care of yourself, so that of a doctor, the goal is to teach you how to take care of yourself so you're never dependent on a doctor again. Now, that's probably not what's happening when you go to the average doctor, but many doctors, specifically the doctors that are on this Zoom call today, are here because they know that if it is to be, it's up to we, right? That it's not what the doctor does. It's what the person does. The body's designed to heal itself. All we have to do is remove the interference and give it what it was designed to have. And so that is our goal today, to educate you what we have. So greens taste so good you could eat it right out of the container. In the #1 largest health food chain store in the world, we beat everything at the time when this was launched in a blind taste test. So it's so good you could eat it right out of the container. It'll still look like greens that won't look appetizing, but you could eat it right out of the container. So you can mix with water, whatever you want to do. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, nut-free, nightshade-free, sugar-free. It's all of that. It's all of it. It's organic and raw. Now, we put it in capsules. You can't get enough greens, right? Cannot get enough greens. We want to make sure people had it. And before we had this product, Energy, or Extra Energy, we'll get to that. We had this product, greens, because people will take greens because it gives you natural raw energy, especially when you take in the afternoon. So what I do is I do this in the morning. If I'm trying to shed some extra pounds, which I should be doing right now, I'll take it again during the day. And then I'll also take more green caps, because why? Can't get enough greens. So there's nothing in here to make it taste good. So if you open up the capsule and think it's going to taste like this, it's not going to taste like this. It's going to taste like greens are intended. So the purists, there are purists out there, you know who you are going to want to just take these, and they take a ton of them. Now, what we recommend is you always take what's on the label, because that's what we're supposed to say. However, there are times when I've taken different things than it says on the label, but you're going to learn as you go about that. And that's something we cannot say in a Zoom. So 4 of these capsules, 4 equals 1 scoop of these greens. So 4 caps equals 1 scoop of the greens. You could do either, or you can do both. I do both. Why? Can't get enough greens. So that was the foundation. So the next thing was, we need to figure out how to get people to stop eating crap. And then we realized there's no way to get people to stop eating crap, because crap tastes good. Cookies, candy, cake, beer, wine, soda, everything, pasta, bread, meat. It's not good for you. Now, it's good if you want to get fat. It's good if you want to get unhealthy. And God knows when you go to a great restaurant, it tastes amazing. So, however, we gotta, as we say, if you do the crime, you got to do the time, which means if you're going to eat the garbage, you got to figure out something to balance it out. So the first step was, well, why don't we give people something good to take as their meal? So they'll have one less crappy meal during the day. Really, that's where it started. But we wanted to make it great because the world did not need one more shake. There it is, shake. And it comes in chocolate too. For those of you who like chocolate, maybe you've tried it. Okay. So again, the world did not need one more shake, but what they needed is something was tasted amazing. Again, beat everything in a blind taste test with everything in its category. Gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, nut-free, nightshade-free, soy-free. If you don't know how important it is to be free of that, if you don't know how much it costs to make products that are free of that, if you don't know how much it affects your health, and you don't know how much everybody else's products cheat and add that crap, you're really missing it, okay? We also have this little guy on here. This is the Informed Sport insignia. I don't know if you can see that right there. That means it's been tested for 200 banned substances. So athletes, of all types, whether collegiate, world games, can't say the O word, athletes, and professional athletes of all sports in all countries can take this and feel safe about it, especially if they're tested for banned substances. There's your organic symbol here again. And again, tastes great. And you could have it straight. You can mix it with your greens. It mixes perfectly with the greens. You can mix them together. 2 scoops of this, 1 scoop of that. Do a little more, a little less if you want. You can do it 1 time a day, twice a day. Professional bodybuilders do it up to 5 times a day. Again, has to be with what you're doing. So that is the shake. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So that became our foundation and became step 1 of a Health Made Simple program. You may have seen packs that we have called Health Made Simple and it used to be called Weight Loss Made Simple, but everybody trips on little words. And now we call it Weight Management Made Simple program. And so that is the foundation of those 2 programs. We have one called Power Up, where the foundation and the step 1 is the green caps. So we'll get back to that. So that's step 1. What was step 2? There's a step 2 and a step 3. We're actually going to shoot to step 3 because step 2 is really the big step. Okay. Step 3 was boosters, or is boosters. This was originally called alkaline booster because it boosts your alkalinity. Now, a lot of things about this product. There's the Informed Sport insignia. Now, you may have heard that most people take this before they go to bed. That doesn't make you drowsy or tired, but it will give you the best sleep you've had in a long time, which is what people report. Professional athletes do the opposite. They take it before they exercise. Like NHL hockey players will take it before they skate, because skating is an anaerobic sport. You're running your heart rate very high. So you're putting your body in a stress situation. It's producing lactic acid. So you can buffer it with these carbonate and bicarbonate minerals of calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, carbonate and bicarbonates, which are actually like almost acts as a pre-workout for them. But most people take it before they go to bed. Why? It helps you sleep. And how does it do that? It moves you out of the sympathetic, stressful overload into this parasympathetic, calm relaxation, which is what minerals, when they're in this form, do. So it has a very specific purpose. Now, in some countries, there's an A on it. It's the same product. Some countries have to use the word alkaline. Some are not allowed to use the word alkaline. Again, don't hate the player, hate the game. It's all silly. It's all dumb. It all had a reason that someone makes an argument for. None of them are good reasons, but that's not my problem. It's not our problem. So boosters, boost your alkalinity. Now, sleep. Sleep's important. The number 1 form of torture around the world is sleep deprivation. If you want the enemy to talk, you don't torture them in any other way other than keep them up. So you heal when you sleep. You lose the most weight when you sleep, if your body's working efficiently. So we need to sleep. take this before you go to bed. Most people take 4 before they go to bed. Some people take less. And although you should take what's on the label, some people take more. Now, college students, other people who like to party have figured out that if they drank a lot of alcohol, which we do not promote, if you take the boosters, it offsets a lot of the negative effects of that. So much so that we kind of judged the night we had out and how crazy it was based on how many boosters we need to take at night to get up in the morning like it never happened again. College students say they wish we would just call it hangover helper and they would sell millions of bottles. We will not do that because we're a health promoting company. We are not an alcohol consumption promoting company, but I think you get the picture. So that is the number one reason that this is used. Because you're eating this big meal, you're eating bread, you're steak at night, you're doing those crappy things, and you're having a cocktail or two or more. Your body is it's going to take 14 hours to digest what you just ate. So you can offset some of the acid with the booster and make it so that you could actually sleep. Because if you're not, it's like sleeping with the lights on. That's what it feels like. And once you start taking the boosters at night before you go to bed, very hard to stop. So that is the boosters. That is step 3. Step 2 happened because many, many years ago, just like you, there was another company. It was called 7.2. We were around for about 7 different years. We met. There's a much longer story. I'm going to give you the short one. We met Isaac and we met Secret. They were looking for nutrition because they tried to do it and they realized it's daunting. And we were looking for a better partner. And then we found each other. And that was that. So just like you guys came from another company, most of the people on this, unless you're brand new, so did I. And so for the last, although these base products have been around 7 years prior, for the last 4 years, we have been here at Secret. And now you guys are here. So here we are. And then there was this product called Recovery. This was originally called something else. It's called Coffee Drops because it was in a different form. And I was just trying to figure out how to make coffee healthier for people. Because why? Billions of people drink coffee. I loved it. And I knew it was too acidic and it wasn't good for people. So while doing that, people were doing these things, you would actually put it in the hole in your Starbucks cup and it would, make the coffee alkaline. And then people realized, oh my God, I had this ache and this problem and this problem and this diagnosis and this thing, and all these things got better from these weird little coffee pills. So, and then we awakened to the fact that it was much more than that. It was the power of molecular hydrogen. We called it Recovery because that's what it does. We changed the form and became the first company in history to have a tablet that you can ingest and release a molecular hydrogen right into your mouth, right? The second hits saliva, much more so when it hits the stomach acid, and releases something called molecular hydrogen nanobubbles, which go right inside your cells. Now, what is that? It's the most powerful antioxidant in the world. It's the fastest acting, if those of you have taken it know that. And then there are 2 biggest free radicals, which are things that age us and rust our body from the inside out and make us look older faster, is something called peroxynitrate and the hydroxyl radicals. And they are radical to your body. And they get neutralized by this little guy here, and which is a miracle for those who want to stay young or look younger for longer and function younger, not just how they look, but their internal organs and everything. The other thing is that athletes use it because it mitigates a lot of offsets a lot of lactic acid production, so they recover faster, thus the name Recovery. Actually, I named it Recovery so that you can actually get people to take it without making a medical claim, because people say, well, what does it do? And I say, it helps you recover. And they say, from what? And then I would say, I don't know. What do you need to recover from? So it allows me to create curiosity enough so they'll take it, knowing that 9 out of 10 people, once they take it, will never not want to take it again, because you never feel as good as you do when you have molecular hydrogen in your body. There's a lot of things we can say about it, about what it does, that we used to be able to say that we can no longer say. Again, not fair, doesn't matter. What matters is that you take these products. What matters is that the results happen to your body, and what matters is that you share those results with anybody. We are not in the game. I know you think we are. It's a network marketing company. We're not in the game of selling or pitching or coaxing or trying to get somebody in a bottle of recovery. We are not in that game. If you're in that game, that's a crappy game. You missed it. That means you missed the mission. The mission is this, is that if you get there's only one sale to make. So if you already made these sales, great. It's easy now. Simple. Nothing's easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But it's simple. It's not easy about it as you're dealing with ignorance, and ignorance sometimes is not bliss, but it's really hard for the people that are aware to deal with people that are still ignorant. But we must have empathy and remember that we didn't know once and now we know. So our goal is to lovingly share things with people. And if they say no, that means they're not ready yet, because if they were ready to listen or hear and realize there's 2 ears, 1 mouth, they would be able to get it and take it. So, but this is what's called a hero product in this industry. It's something you can feel right away. Now in secret, we have a skincare company that added nutrition. Nutrition is right on the cusp of becoming even more than skincare, where like 50% of the sales of it in a very short time. In my opinion, without my bias, because I said when I got here, I go, we're going to become a nutrition company that has skincare, even though they're not the other way around, even though the Dead Sea is what this company is based on, only because everybody has health issues and nobody wants them. And the reality is that once you make the one sale, which is to yourself, which is having your own testimonial, you'll see that there's no better feeling you'll ever have in life than someone else's life being made better because you have influence on it. For some of you, it's helping them make more money and being off the grid of having to be dependent on a job, a boss, or anything like that, or someone dictating how they're going to live their life because they become independent because of this industry financially. That is powerful, and arguably as powerful, if not more. However, we'll talk about that in the end of this talk too. But there's also the fact that, there's a beautiful, amazing world out there that many people have not seen. Many of you come from a company that you enable people to see the world for fractions of dollars and be able to get compensated financially by showing people how to get around the world, which is just magic for people. But I will tell you this, more people spend more money in their last 2 weeks of life on trying to stay alive than they will in their whole life on their health. And nothing is scarier than having a health issue that looks like it's going to take you out of the game. And I've had billionaires in my office that would trade every penny they have, they can get their health back. And some people neglected it so much that it is a pay you now or pay you later situation. You're either building your health or it's going away. So this is an impact product. You take it, you feel it almost every single time. And what you feel is something was hurting and it's not hurting anymore. Something felt like crap and it doesn't feel like crap anymore. I had a weird kind of lack of energy and now I don't anymore. So in the secret, we have the 5 wows, which are skincare things and nail buffers and things that you do. And you go, wow, organically, you just say that, which is kind of cool. And I would call this the 6th wow. Okay. And that is a recovery. Now, that is step 1, step 2, step 3 of our Health Made Simple program. Step 1 is shakes and greens. Step 2 is your recovery, which you take throughout the day. And step 3 is your boosters. Now, how many do you take of these? 2 to 3 at a time, 2 to 3 times a day. So it seems like a lot, but when you have something that works this good, you take it. Now, you will hear that people have taken more. Just take what's on the label for now. Got it? Okay, good. That's our recovery. Now, biggest question asked is this guy and this guy. This is called Hydro Effects. Slightly confusing. We should have named this something different. We still may change the name of this. Right now, it's called Hydro Effects. Why? This is called recovery with Hydro Effects. Hydro Effects is a word that I made up. It means the effects of molecular hydrogen. That's what it means. That's all it means. It's what it means. It's a thing. This is called Hydro Effects, but this is different. And yet they're very similar. This is fast acting. This is long lasting. So some people go, man, I got to take this throughout the day. I wish there was something I just take in the morning. And I have to take it in again. There's this. So this lasts about 4 hours in your system. This lasts about 12 hours in your system. So many people take 3 of these in the morning. Okay. And then that's it for the day. Now, I, like most, take both. Why? Is because this is calcium based, this is magnesium based. They both have different functions. This also does another antioxidant property called the minus hydrogen ion. So our goal is not to lose you in a biochemistry lecture. And to this day, even though that I've helped bring this to the world, I still completely understand how deep this rabbit hole goes of what these do. But the results are tremendous, tremendous. And we learn more each day. So I take this in the morning and I take this throughout the day. When I work out or exercise, I take this before and I take it after. But most people take it throughout the day. So can you take both? Yes. Can you take either? Yes. But you can't have enough hydrogen like you can't have enough greens. So that is the Hydro FX. So some people have results from this that they don't get from this. So because everyone's a biochemical individual, no two people are the same. So continuing on, hopefully everyone's doing good and hanging in there. I'm sure this is being recorded and some people may be watching it later than when we've recorded it, and some people might be watching it again, I hope, because there's a lot that we are covering since this is our first time together. Normally when we do these again, they'll be short, sweet, and less than 30 minutes because as they say, you know, the brain can only endure as much as the butt can sitting. So we continue. So we have a weight management made simple program. Why do we have it? Well, amazingly, when people did the Health Made Simple program, they were outperforming other companies' products and programs that were designed for weight loss. These were never designed for weight loss. These were designed for health. Now, are obese people healthy? No, they're obese. So if I get healthy, would I indirectly or directly start shedding pounds? Yes. So it's a natural organic thing of functioning healthfully. So what we were finding is people were starting to do their shaking greens a day and skip a meal. They were losing weight faster than any other program they've ever done. And they go, oh my God, this is a weight loss program? No, this is a you getting healthy program, which requires you to let go of weight if you have excess weight. The craziest part is that many people were never able to put on weight, like ectomorphs or super skinny, were now able to actually create more lean muscle mass, so they actually put on weight because they needed to. So it has a way of giving you what you need. That being said, so what was recommended to speed that up was to take an extra shake in greens, either at lunch or dinner, and then having a normal healthy meal for those who really had extra weight to lose. And so that became a weight management made simple program. But then we realized, you know what? About 80% of the people had great results. 20% were not. So we did this little survey and we found out what the heck was happening. And we narrowed it down. There were two things that were happening. There were a lot of things happening. Sip. A lot of things happening, but there were two in particular. And they usually happen at the end of the day, which means most people did their shaking greens in the morning. They did it at lunch. They had a healthy dinner. Most doctors recommend you do shaking greens in the morning. You have a healthy lunch and do your shaking greens again at dinner. But most people are doing the opposite way. Now, most of us work, right? We have a job, or we're doing something, and we'll like keep busy during the day. So it's easy to shake greens in the morning, run out of the house, whether we're at home with the kids running around all day until they go to sleep. Which is more work. And so we're doing that. And then so we do our morning and then we make it to lunch. We do our shaking greens again because we're too busy and distracted working, then we're not hungry. And then we get home at night. And then one of two things happen. If my day was stressful, because people are stressed because the world is crazy, but they were stressed even before them. And what happens is my adrenal glands get stressed and it depletes my salt in my body. And if I'm not having enough salt, I know people think salt is bad. Yes, table salt is bad, but like Celtic salt, Himalayan salt, salt that has like 72 minerals or 84 minerals in it naturally by nature, that's good. It's electrolytes for your body, makes your body more electrical. So, but if I don't have salt, I'm going to crave salt. Now I could eat a piece of celery and solve that problem, but do I? No. I get home from a stressed out day and I'm opening up the cabinet in my kitchen and I'm looking for pretzels or chips or potato chips or something that's usually a carb that's salted. And I eat that and I destroy or undo everything I did good at lunch and dinner. And I'm not losing weight anymore. And I stop that. Or I've gone too long because I'm too busy without eating because I had to deal with kids and driving kids to 20 different places. Or I was just working too much. And it's been that long and my blood sugar drops because I went longer than 3 hours without eating, could be 5 or 6. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to crave sugar. I could eat an apple and I can handle that. But is that what I do? No, of course not. I eat cookies, candy, cake, ice cream, whatever, right? So, and I blow it that way. Now, it isn't a surprise that the #1 selling most consumed ice cream right now worldwide is salted caramel ice cream. Why is that? Because it's got sugar and salt in the same thing. So you kill two birds with one stone. So as they say. So, but we created this thing. Where is it? Here it is. Curb, to help curb those cravings. Now, this does about 13 different things for your body. We can only claim those 2 that I just told you. So that's why we named it Curb, because it curbs the craving, sugar and salt. But it does so many other things. We can't claim those. So Curb, you take it before you eat, 2 to 3 before you eat. Some people take more, some people take less, depending on how much you need to curb and how crazy your cravings are. But it was really designed to take at night, because a lot of people can't take these things at night because it has stimulants in them, but this does not. So it won't keep you up, but you can take it before dinner so that you will not mow the fridge, because the less you eat at night, the less you eat after 3 p.m., the better it is for your body. But we're social animals. We go out, we eat, we drink, we do these things. So if you do the crime, do the time. So Curb, part of that program. So our weight loss made simple: shaking greens in the morning, shaking greens later in the day, a healthy meal, and your Curb. Now, next, sip of water. It's a lot of talking. I have no idea how we're doing on time. Let's check. I think we're all right. So next, what do we go to next? Next, we realize, okay, most people are eating that healthy meal, but they're cooking it. And when you cook it, you destroy the enzymes. When you cook things above 118 degrees, 40 some odd degrees Celsius, you destroy the enzymes. The enzymes there to digest and absorb and assimilate. So we need to put them back. You all know what enzymes are, because a lot of you use them when different kinds of enzymes. So a lot of them use them if you have a sink at home, where it's in the kitchen or the bathroom and the sink gets stopped up. A lot of times we're going to pour these chemicals in there, like liquid plumber, Drano, or whatever brand you have in Africa. And it dissolves the sludge that accumulates. And so the water goes through and the sink is not stopped up anymore. Your body does a similar thing. It slows down when you don't have enzymes and you become something called constipated, where you're not poop. Now, naturopaths, healthy doctors, people that are half east, half west, they will tell you that death begins in the colon, garbage in, garbage out. If you eat, you should poop. If you eat 3 times a day, you should poop 3 times a day. If you don't, you're full of you-know-what. So you got to move it through. If not, you're just toxic from the inside out. So what helps with that is your DigestX, which are digestive enzymes. Now, again, every single one of these products is improved on the category. I would normally have to use 2 or 3 different enzymes for people, because different enzymes digest protein, different enzymes digest gluten, different enzymes digest dairy or soy or plant material, fiber. This is all in one. It's digest gluten, dairy, soy, protein, carbs, fat, and fiber, all in one, simple and easy. You take it with your meals, helps you digest. Some people feel so amazing first time, they don't feel bloated or distended or like crap. So no pun intended. So DigestX, okay? Again, CCOF or organic ingredients, and simple and easy to take. No animal products. All our products are vegan. A lot of enzymes have hydrochloric acid in it, which some people still do need. However, we wanted to keep our products vegan. We want to make it so if a child needed to consume it, you could open up the capsule, put it in their shake, or a teenager, or whatever, and they're better able to digest. And because if you do that with an enzyme that hydrochloric acid in it, it'll take the enamel off your teeth, which is a bad thing. So you don't want to do that, but you can do it with these. So anybody can take these, because some people don't like pills or capsules. So that's our DigestX. I take these with every meal. Every meal. Feel amazing. Okay. Next. Why? Because I eat cooked foods. Now, I used to be a raw foodist. Man, I felt good and healthy, but boy, was life boring. So if you're a raw foodist, God bless you. You're doing the right thing. But not everybody can do it. Acupuncturists hate it because in the winter, your body gets too cold. So, but there are warming foods as ways to do it. What was next? Probiotics. Probiotics, super fun to take in a little packet. Look like that. carrot off, shoot it, tastes like little breakfast cereal, super yummy. The yummy cereals, not the crappy ones. And prebiotic and probiotic, non-GMO, amazing. So all these strains, and a lot of people think probiotics, they don't have enough in it, or they can't absorb it, or what they're taking is not documented to do anything. Every single strain in here is synergistically designed to work together, made at the #1 facility in arguably the world, but definitely in the United States, that does nothing more to make probiotics. And we have all the patented trademark strains, so we know that they're going to work, and they work together. And what we did was it made it more fun to take. No sugar in it, but it sure does taste good. Kids can take this, super fun. Now, I know it's hard to imagine, but there's more bacteria in our body than there are cells in our body. We're living in their environment. They're not living in ours. Most people cannot get their head around that. So you have good bacteria and bad bacteria. If you eat sugar and carbs and get stressed out and don't take care of your body, don't exercise and move and get obese and start to develop health conditions, then you're going to have a very ugly, toxic bacterial microbiome in your gut. It affects everything down to what you think, what you feel, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about life. It is so important for so many people. So I cannot impress enough the importance. Now, you only need 1 packet a day. Some people need more if they've taken antibiotics and done other things, but usually only 1. It's up to you if you want to take more, but always do what's on the label. So that's probiotics. What do you want to talk about next? Now, if you've been under the rock for the last 2.5 years, good for you. You're probably happy, and you've probably not dealt with really ignorant people. However, around the world, people have been running away from, I guess, what they're calling a virus or a boogeyman virus. Believe it what you will, or whatever you're told. What we're always told is not always what's truth. It's what people want us to believe. That being said, if there was now a category that you can say less about than any other category, it is about your immune system. God forbid anybody thinks for a hot second that their immune system is capable of handling anything that comes its way, especially if given the right things. What are those right things? For most people, it's what's in Immunax. So I was having to give people 3 to 4 to 5 different things at a time to help get them through, let's say, things they were dealing with. Yeah, that's all I can say. And so we basically put them all in one. Nothing like it on the market. There's little pretty pictures of things. I cannot claim anything about these products legally other than the fact it helps support your immune system. Now, you have a computer, you have a search engine, and there are the names of the things that are in it. You can go search up what they do and go, oh my goodness, oh my gosh, how can I not take that? I should take that, I should take that, I should take that, I should take that. Right, that's why it's in there. So support your immune system, because more things are coming. If you think it's over, it's not. Oh, I hate to say that, but I know too much. So there's too much money to be made and too much rights to be taken away from humans to let them actually live normally and unbothered with. And I mean, on another day, not videoed, we can talk about all the things that we are sorry for in America that we have brought to Africa that we should never have, or that not me, but crazy people here. So, but what do we have now? We have amazing things that help tip the scale, and Immunex is one of them. Everybody should be taking this. You really got to arm your immune system because more crap's coming. So most people take 3 in the morning. There are times that your immune system's under assault where you might want to take more, but what do we say? Consult your healthcare practitioner. You notice I'm saying healthcare practitioner, not doctor. Not all, how do I say it? There's a saying called people are down on what they're not up on. And the definition of a specialist is someone who knows a whole lot about a whole little. If you want to be healthy, you need to go see somebody that specializes in health. If you want to find out about your diseases and problems, you can go to somebody that just studies that. But I'm a results-oriented person. I'm going to focus on the result, not the problem, right? That's what we love about Africa. I mean, you guys it's so hard to get products. You're paying more for products. It takes forever to get them to you, but I'm so grateful and so happy and so excited. So when Henry asked me, hey, can we talk to the guys in Africa and the gals in Africa and everybody in Africa? I'm like, of course. Warms my heart that we're able to do this. All right. Last but not least, did I cover more? Oh no, two more. I'll leave the other one for last. This is the most recent product, vitamin D with vitamin K. Okay, so now we were not going to have a separate line for vitamins because it's takes forever. Most people take vitamins, it doesn't really change their health. Most of the vitamins are in the whole foods that you're taking, and most of the vitamins people take when they take things like a multivitamin are they're taking synthetic things that come from like corn and chemicals, and it's not changing your health. A lot of people take these one a day vitamins where they only eat one a day, and then they go poop, and then they see it poop out and it looks the same, and you can still read the label. So all it did was take a journey through your body and out your colon and did nothing for your health. That's the majority of what people take. Now, there are better things. You may see it in the future, but as technology improves, we're working with it all the time. But in the meantime, in the last few years, people have been painfully aware of their vitamin D levels and how important it is for their health. It's always been important for your health. Vitamin D is really a prohormone. It's really not a vitamin, but it's described as a vitamin, so we call it a vitamin. So, and vitamin K, these are fat-soluble vitamins, not water-soluble vitamins. They accumulate rather than others that you pee out. Most people are not getting enough. This is a mega dose of vitamin D. Mega, big, a lot. 5,000 IUs. Most are some countries won't allow more than 400. This is 5,000. So it's not available in every country that Secret is in because the world is crazy. Anyway, also has vitamin K, helps it get absorbed. Vitamin D. Most vitamin D that you take comes from lanolin, from a lamb fat. We don't do that. This is from lichen, which is a little green plant, cute little green plant that loves the sun, likes to sunbathe, absorb the sun. Again, because we want vegan products. So, and the vitamin K comes from chickpeas, like hummus, like garbanzo beans, those things. Not from soy like most vitamin K does. And we have it in the best source, and it's chewable, and it tastes amazing. Amazing. Most people want to consume the whole container. Don't do that. It's a lot of vitamin D. It's a lot. Now, some doctors do that because they prescribe people mega doses, but consult your doctor before doing that. It's designed to only have to take one a day. That's why there's 30 tablets in it. But it's one of my favorite things to take every day. And people take vitamin D. You're supposed to get it from the sun. Most people are not out in the sun. I don't know if you know, but there's geoengineering that happens in the sky that prevents the sun coming all the way through. Plus, people wear sunscreen, which blocks the sun, so you're not absorbing it. And there are countries around the world where they don't have the sun as much. Now, Africa is, most parts, more sunny, less of an issue. But different skin tones, melanin in the skin, things like that, also change and increase need for vitamin D as well. Plus all the garbage that we do, the vitamin D does for your immune system. So it's for strong bones, your immune system, cardiovascular health, like vitamin K. Vitamin K takes the calcium and puts it inside your body to make sure it doesn't end up on your arteries, giving you a different issue. So super great product. You'll see more in the future in this line. Last but not least, Secret Energy. Oh, this one's not open. You tear it open, there's little packets. You tear that packet open, you add it to water, shake it, drink it. Tastes great, super great. We wanted to have a product. This is it's like a separate concept. Because energy can't even talk. Energy should come to you naturally from doing the right things and taking the right products, which I've already described to you. However, some of us are parents, some of us have children, some of those children are teenagers and kids into their 20s, and they are drinking these things called energy drinks. These energy drinks that comes in cans or little hour energy size little shots, they are not healthy. They have stimulants in them, they have chemicals in them, they have synthetic vitamins in them, they have all kinds of different things. They're designed to jack you up, and they don't care if you get jittery, they don't care if you come down, they don't care if it races your heart, they don't care. They don't. It doesn't matter. And that's why they're so cheap, because they're made with such cheap ingredients. Ours is packet, you don't have to transport water, 100% organic, USD organic. Professional athletes can take it. There we have the Informed Sport, sugar-free, and still tastes good. Dairy-free, soy-free, nut-free, nightshade-free. Technically, no added sugar is the way we have to do it, because some natural ingredients naturally contain sugar the way God created to it. All these different herbs in it to help balance it out. It still has caffeine in it. Okay. We weren't necessarily going to have a caffeine product, but everyone's doing it in coffee or tea or energy drinks. So we say, okay, let's get them a healthier form. So the caffeine comes from green coffee berry or green coffee bean. So it's a low acid, doesn't give you that acid feeling that coffee does. It also gives you that high. It's 120 milligrams of caffeine. So it's going to be like a massive cup of coffee or cappuccino or something like that. Plus, it has yerba mate and green tea, which also gives you that caffeine hit, but are more balanced, and it's got herbs to help balance it out. So there's no jitters, no crash. So it helps your energy, your mental clarity, your mental mood, your everything, right? Most people in this state of the United States would probably need it for their mental clarity. So this is energy. This was designed also because as we're wanting to have our millennial children work in our business with us and be excited about Secret. Like, I don't want to sell grandma skincare. I don't want to do, mom's nutrition, but hey, what's that energy drink? I'm already doing that. And a lot of them have already taken it to the club and realized it mixes better than Red Bull with certain alcohol. So anyway, we're not going to go there. So Secret energy. I have this every day. I do. You only should do one, but I do two before I work out. I do, or if I play hockey. So I did last night. And so Secret energy. For those of you who want extra energy, you want to power through, you need to get through the day with the kids, you need to get through a project at work, you need to do all that stuff, or you just need to do a presentation, one more each day, so that you don't have to work for anybody and you can have your own business, which is the goal here, or autonomy. So guys, people take a knee in prayer every night, hoping someone somewhere is going to share with them something that will change the life of somebody that's suffering. And for really hundreds of thousands of people and approaching millions, these products have done that. And the only reason they've done that is good people like yourself have taken them, got them, tried them, loved them, shared them with other people. And for the most part, you don't even have to share them. People go, oh my God, you look amazing. Or what are you doing? Did you get a new haircut? Your skin looks great. And you go, it's the secret stuff. And they go, what is it? Where do I get it? And it's simple as that. And all you have to do is share it with them and make it simple and easy and get out of the way and don't complicate it. And if they want to do more and they want to see if there's a business attached and they want to run with it, introduce them to any of your people that brought you to this. If that person's brand new, just keep going up till you find somebody who's been doing it a little longer. You get on all these millions of calls and Zoom calls and things that are done by all cool people around the globe that everybody can tap into. So the crappy part is that we cannot gather and hug each other yet in all these different countries because the world is still a little weird. But the upside is we can still connect even more. And then we can still get off the grid and not have to play the game with the health or lack thereof, or with people's money. And we can actually have our own business and do it this way and do that. And then we can still travel where we want to go, where people are not crazy, and gather. So all of that is available here at Secret with Club Secret and all the things that you guys have. So with that, maybe there's questions and other things, but I will throw it back to Henry for all the other things that we need to cover.
Wow. Hey, Doc, there's so many. I know right now I've got so many things you've cleared, so many questions that I had before, and you've actually cleared. And I'm super, super excited to know more about this. But I know I'm not the only one who've got questions. I want to give it also to other people who've got questions. But before we open up for questions, I've got some people here who have been using the products as well. And we might just want to share also their story, their experience as well, what these products they've actually done for them. I'm going to ask if you can also unmute yourself and share your story. I'm going to start off with Moses, who is all the way in Uganda. Moses, if you can unmute yourself and quickly share your story. We just want to hear your story, my brother.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me, Henry?
Loud and clear.
My name is Moses Mwesibwa, a renewable energy expert. And I saw this concept in 2019, December. And I was looking for something so clean to give to my mother who had aches in her body. And I landed on the GRB, Greens, Recovery, and Booster. So I gave her these, and she started using them. End of January, she was telling me that she could sleep well. She was using a clutch. End of Feb 2020, she told me that she was moving without a clutch. And end of June 2020, she was actually moving to church. She loves going to church, and she started going about her own business. So me as a child, it gave me the comfort and peace to do my work, because prior to that, every time she could be talking to me, she could first talk about her discomforts in the body. But now all we talk about is other things, and she's always laughing about everything. It gives me the comfort, and me, I'm using all the products, skincare and nutrition, and I've already booked my gateway. Thank you so much, Dr. Henry Cohn. Thank you, Secret. I can't thank God enough. Over to you, brother.
Thank you so much, my brother. We're truly excited about your story as well, and what is done to your mom as well. I'm gonna call upon our next speaker. If Sandy, if you can unmute yourself and also share your story. Sandy, are you still there, or we've lost you? Okay, Lillian, if you can go ahead and unmute yourself and share your story.
Oh, hi, Henry. Can you hear me?
Yes. Are you able to share your video?
I can't. I'm in the car, so really I will have to talk without a video.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, sorry. So as Henry said, I'm Lillian Musa, based in the UK, originally from Zimbabwe. I was paralyzed 19 years ago, and when that happened, within an hour, my body shut down from my feet to my breast, and I was given a prognosis that I wouldn't live beyond 6 months. So I was in hospital with a big spinal operation for 6 months. And when I left hospital, they put a care package because they just thought I would die anytime after that. But then for 7 years, I was paralyzed with 24/7 care. And one day I got healed, but I had another 3 years to relearn how to walk like a small child. And when I started walking, I still had challenges with sleep deprivation, mobility was still an issue, circulation was bad, challenges with weight, all those things were just mounting. So basically, I came across Secret in 2020 in November. I started using the products around December, January, and I started with the weight management made simple and added Immunax. The weight management made simple is recovery booster, Curb, HydroFX, Greens Shake, and the Digestix. So basically, I've been using this faithfully. That's like my lifestyle now for the last like 14 months. And I've lost 1 stone. Sleep deprivation is no more. I can't talk about it. Mobility has improved so much. My circulation is amazing. My skin tone has come back, you know. So I really can only attribute this to Secret, because without these products, I don't know where I would be. So I want to say thank you to Dr. Cohn for coming up with this amazing range of products, and say thank you to Secret as well.
Thank you.
Back to you, Henry.
Thank you so much, Lillian, for sharing your story. We're gonna go all the way to South Africa. Tammy, if you can also share your story, if you can unmute yourself and share your story, my brother.
Great. Thank you so much, Henry, for allowing me to share my experience with our product. Tammy is my name, all the way from Rustenburg, East Africa, and I've been part of Secret family for the past year and a few months, since 2020 December. And I want to be very real with you guys. I grew up not, participating anywhere with regard to supplements. This was my first ever, experience for me to be able to know that nutritional supplements are indeed essential, because the food we take every day is not giving us enough of what we need. So I've been having a challenge with my wife for the past 5 years. She's been battling with ovarian cyst that if you know what it is, it actually gives you a lot of discomfort, and it gives a challenge for everyone in the house when this is already now at the peak. So a while ago, just about 3 weeks ago, for some reason, I thought about, we've been doing a lot of things, but something we haven't tried yet to deal with the host of what would be the problem. And And I just, decided to, because she was now already battling, she was now in the state of discomfort. And I chose to do something different for a change. On top of what I gave her as medication, we also used our supplements, our nutritional supplements, and the results were amazing. No exaggeration, but we in a space of 2 hours to 3 hours, we could see the results. She literally get back to her feet in about 2-3 hours. And the product we used was the greens, recovery, Eminex, cap, and basically what we have in the house. I can't tell you exactly which one worked, but I know that I gave her everything that we have in the house because we bought everything. So I don't know what exactly worked, but I can tell you something among those that I gave her worked very well. So thank you, Mr. Moyo, and thank you so much to Dr. Cohn for such a wonderful, wonderful blessing you gave to all of us. And over to you, my brother.
Okay, thank you so much, Tammy, for your story. We're gonna go all the way to Cape Town. Ziggy, you can unmute yourself and also quickly share your story.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. And I literally have a mouthful full for my own testimonial because these products have just been incredible for me and my family. My name is Ziggy Owe. And it's interesting, when I got into Secret literally a year and 3 months ago, I personally have been big on supplements. I've taken supplements from the age of 35 because I knew the importance of nutrition supplements. And now I'm turning 50. So it's something I've done for my, for so many years. And then my husband is a medical doctor as well, as a gynecologist. And he's also big on, healthcare, preventive healthcare. So the first thing was, it was actually my daughter who drew our attention to this. We were focused on the skincare. And then she had suffered, her cycle was not regular, but she just said, she researched this and said, Mom, I think these supplements are actually very good. I'd like to try them. Can you get me the Power Up? So we got her the Power Up, and within a month, her irregular cycle just corrected itself. So using the 3. So like Tammy said, I don't know which one did it, but the 3 of them did it. And that drew my attention and also my husband's attention. He at the time was having sleep issues because he had he was always anxious. He had, there was just so much going on at the time. Also had issues with his energy levels and all. And so immediately he started taking this as well, because he said, listen, I want to take a look at this before you talk about it outside, being a medical doctor. And so he did his research and he said, look, this thing, what if what it says, if what I'm saying about this is real, then this is remarkable. So he put himself on that, and I'm telling you, within a month as well. The fact is that the speed of which we get, the results we were seeing was just incredible. So within a month himself, he was having incredible sleep. I mean, the sleep was almost immediate. The other issues that, he also had with, being anxious and his sugar levels and stuff like that. So within a month, he saw the difference. I mean, the body doesn't lie, the test results don't lie. And so we saw all of that. And he was like, Ziggy, this is one of the safest and cleanest supplements that I've ever come across in my own career as a medical doctor. So he said, this is something you need to go all out with everybody. And it's only a matter of time. If people get to experience what this does, it's game over. And then for myself, I also placed myself on the Health Made Simple. All of us, I mean, the Power Up. And I started off with taking 2 tabs of this daily. And because I was just taking it for, because I was used to taking supplements to stay healthy and all. And then in December, I started having a lot of discomfort in my right shoulder. I started having restricted movements, to stretch and do certain things. And so my husband said, take the full dose as prescribed. So I increased it to 4. And it's crazy, after I had done a lot of physio and all, not much progress. But since I started taking 4 as prescribed, I can actually, the restriction I feel in the movement is not there anymore. The discomfort is so much reduced as well. And I'm just so excited about the supplements. It's been an incredible experience. And For me, what I say is that the body doesn't lie. The taste of the pudding is in the eating. You only need to experience this and see what it does. So I want to say a massive thank you to you, Dr. Howard Cohn. This is absolutely remarkable what you've put together for us. And thank you so much, Secret. Without being in Secret, I don't think I would ever, have noticed or paid attention to the supplement. So I'm truly grateful. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Ziggy, for sharing your story. And before I bring up the last person, I just want to show you this short video here before I bring up the last person.
Ευχή μας η πρωταθλήτριά μας να κρατήσει αυτή την απόσταση για να δούμε χρυσό μετάλλιο για την Καρολίνα Πελενδρίτου. Δεν θα την φτάσουν, δεν μπορούν να την φτάσουν, γιατί είμαστε εμείς από τους πρόποδες της γης, κατακτητές της κορυφής.
Wow, that video, that's Carolina Pelandrotou, and she actually set a world record, and she's a Paralympic gold medalist. And I just want to call up the mom, Elena, to actually share her story, how at least has helped the daughter to actually succeed and win and using actually our secret product. If Elena, if you can unmute yourself and quickly share your story.
Yes, I can unmute myself. Thank you so much, Henry, for the opportunity. And I would like to say a huge thank you to Dr. Cohn. 1.5 years ago, I came across Secret and I checked the nutrition. I used to be a banker by profession. I'm a mother of 3 adult kids, and I used to be the Paralympic media attaché for my country for several Paralympic Games. And when I checked the nutrition of Secret, that they're clean and they can be used from professional athletes, I went to this product, and you brought tears in my eyes, Henry, with the video. Oh my God, thank you. So this product, we start getting it from United States, and Carolina started having it. So this product, Carolina, she's a global world champion. The last 20 years, she's been to 5 Paralympic Games. And last year, after 2 months, she started getting the energy. She attended in Berlin in the International Swimming Games, and she achieved 3 world records. She brought the world record back to Europe. And then the next competition, it was Tokyo Paralympic Games, her 5th Paralympic Games, and of course, we continuously buying the nutrition of Secret, the energy drink, because they are clean and it can be safe to be used from professional athletes. So, Dr. Cohn, I want to say public, thank you so much for these products. They're so clean, they're so amazing. And these products, they help Carolina on the age of 35 to win again the world record for Europe, for Cyprus, the gold medal in 100 meters breaststroke, and also she achieved the bronze medal in Tokyo in 50 meters freestyle. So what I need to say is thank you Secret, thank you Henry for giving me the opportunity to say thank you to Dr. Howard Cohn. Continue, because we can help guys, hundreds of thousands of people, thousands of people, thousands of athletes, that they need to have clean products. So what I have to say is thank you, Howard Cohn, and thank you, Secret. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. It was all, everybody have shared actually these amazing stories. Right, let's see if I've got Dr. Howard Cohn back here, and if there are any questions that at least are there, that one of the questions that's popping up, Doc, is are there any supplements which maybe I cannot take together, or which I need to take separately, or I can just take all supplements together, or I might avoid something, or is there any overdose? I can just enjoy as much as I want.
It's a big question. So all the products can be taken, I don't want to say at the same time, meaning like at the same second, but they all could be taken on the same day. I take all of the products. They're all designed to stack on top of each other, and each product is designed, even though we can't claim it, to enhance the effectiveness of the other. So if you think about a band that has a guitarist and a singer and a bassist and a drummer, yes, the singer can sing a cappella and sound great, but if you see a singer with a guitarist, it's even a better experience. If you add a bass, there's some more soul to it, right? And then if you add the drums, it's more exciting. So same kind of thing with these products. So you look at it like an orchestra, and the more, let's say, each added product is like a piano or a keyboard or a sitar or a cello or a violin, and like each one could be its own amazing, beautiful instrument, and then together they amplify it. So I wish that we could just unplug and tell you everything about why these products are the way they are, and then everybody would be run out the door and get it to everyone. The only things that have its specific instructions are this: the boosters cannot be taken with food. They need to be taken at least, ideally, 45 minutes to an hour away from food. So both of these help your digestion, but your Digestex should be taken right when you eat, during your meal, or slightly before your meal, or slightly after your meal, but definitely when you eat. You can take these away from food, but they're more effective to take with your food. These will interfere with your complete digestion of your food because you need enzymes then. These buffer these, they should not be taken together. In theory, they do a little bit of canceling each other out if they're taken together. That's why we say between meals, an hour on each side, or just take it before you go to bed, because then you shouldn't be eating right before you go to bed anyway, and that's why people do it. These were just designed to buffer the acid. Your greatest acidifier is not the food you eat; it's the emotional stress that you're under. So it does so much for many people. But this before you go to bed, this when you eat. But anything else could be taken anytime. We recommend like things like greens and energy you take in the first part of the day, not at night, unless your goal is to stay up through the night and study or party through the night because you're in Spain, whatever you're doing, right? Outside of that, normal every day, you take the things that cause energy, like energy and greens, in the morning. The curb is best taken before meals, giving your body a head start 20 to 30 minutes before meals so that you're less likely to eat as big a meal. The shakes can be taken anytime. The probiotics can be taken anytime. The Immunex can be taken anytime. The vitamin D can be taken anytime. Recovery can be taken anytime. Some people say recovery is better for them between meals rather than with meals. Hydro effects can be taken anytime. Most people take it in the morning. What else did we not cover? I think that covers it. Yeah.